Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
I'm on I'm on a call, Dad.
Good morning.
Welcome.
So as we get started, I'll go ahead and I'll mute everyone. And Tim, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, we can go ahead and get started when the screen shares here.
All right, hopefully everybody can see my screen. Is that true? Thumbs up, everybody?
It's still loading, it looks like.
Your screen sharing is paused. That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Let's see. Try to stop sharing and reshare.
Experiencing technical difficulties. Okay. How about now? Can everybody see my screen with the
Looks like it
PowerPoint,
just came
hopefully?
up. There you go. It just
Okay.
came up.
All right, great. Well, welcome everybody. It's great to have you all. Thank you for taking time out of your busy days and for this brunch and learn with Gina, Mike, and I. But we're going to give you a real life story that we experienced in one of our largest communities. And we're going to talk about how working with the community and our circle of support, that in the end, the community increased their census from 75% to a wait list and was totally thrilled by this program and how we pulled it off. Um, so in terms of what we want to cover today, move this over. We're going to talk about what the challenge was for the community. This is the classic, right? We always problem, solution. So we have the challenge, goals, what we did, how it worked, and what the results. So this is the challenge. I don't know if you all using AI and ChatGPT. I just typed in, show me a nice photo, an image of a ED welcoming a prospective person to their community, and voila, there's the graphic. It's amazing to me. Um, but here's the deal with the community, and a lot of communities face that. They pay money to get people to the community. They pay money to, everybody knows, a place for mom. You know, they're one of them. And then you've got placement people. So we were working with the community and we're like, Tim, what can we do to be more attractive to people, to get them into our funnel? And kind of if we have a wait list or they're not ready to come, we have goodwill and they're going to want to come. And so I thought about it and put together this program. And Gene and I, Micah, our marketing is always around adding value to someone, education, enlightening them, and informing them of things that they could benefit from by coming to the community and what kind of built-in support is there. We call it the circle of support. And then working with our teammates to help the community bring that resident in. So they had a tough time attracting, they wanted to increase their prospects coming to the community, and then they wanted to have a higher close ratio, right? Classic sales funnel. Said, okay. So we thought about it. So the goal was to create an innovative lead generation program that they can leverage to attract new residents to the community. Once they got them in the door, give them a feeling of comfort that this is home. And there's this, it's like that Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now? And you got all those people behind this person. That's what the community has. We call it the circle of support and teammates. So we wanted a program that would describe life at this fictitious, I gave it Golden Horizons, what life is about, what they could experience at Golden Horizons, and then more importantly, what are kind of a la carte or things that are there that if they need it, they have it. So the program we built was around education. And we called it the fictitious community. It's called the Road to Golden Horizons. Here's the road, and let us be your guide. So think about it as it's a flight plan, and you're a flight controller. Got that heavy weather. You're bringing them in, and you're visualize. You're trying to get them to land at Golden Horizons instead of going to JFK, LaGuardia, or whatever the other locations are. You want them coming to your community. How do I kind of keep them in that zone? And that's what was developed. It was a physical guide that had everything they needed to know about the community, and then ask thought-provoking questions. What if you need this? What if you need that? And that had an answer for every one of them. And, you know, it's understanding the residents' goals and then showing how the community matches up and can meet those goals. But to do it in a non-salesy, putting the screws to them approach. It's like you have lots of options. Right next door is this community, and I'm sure they're very nice. Because get this, guys, a lot of these communities, EDs, they work together. They know each other. They refer to each other. So you take the good guy approach. I'm sure they're great. And based on what you told us, here's how this can work for you. And it's all about non-pressure and showing him that the community is the right fit for them. So like I said, they developed a guide, a physical plus online PDF. And in it, the resident will fill out their goals and needs, and it kind of works their way through. It's almost like a little worksheet of arriving. They can arrive to the right answer going, wow, this community this really has everything I need. And maybe it doesn't, but it's a educational piece for them to understand what their life could be going to this community.
And help them think about the future too. Right now, I'm independent, I'm healthy, I don't need anything. But I don't want to move again. So I want to stay here. So this showed them there's home health, there's home care, there's all the support, that circle of support, made them start thinking about that, how this community was going to serve their needs, not only today, but in the future.
Thank you, co-founder. That was wonderful. And in fact, that's the next bullet. We are about, I know you all, a lot of you know, when we're coaching and we're talking about home care, it's a team approach. Home care is a team sport. It's not only your caregivers, but it's working with your partners in the community that provide other things that you don't. And it's that concept. And just to Gina's point, my mom was going to a community, and mom was early stage dementia. We can see it, and it only gets worse. So it's like, what support do you have? And it could be there's a memory care, there could be home care, Support from Dementia Alliance North Carolina. There's all these, that's the circle of support. So what we did is we built our A team there at that community. It was cool because we had the points, so we got to choose who we really wanted on the A team. And when they made the cut, they felt really good about it. And that was our team elder care. We kind of gave it a brand name. And so what's the team? For that community, it starts with the community itself. And the executive director or the general manager, they are absolutely, in my view, the key person. When that family comes and meet, because that's the guy or gal, that's their culture, they're the way they kind of set the tone for the whole community. And typically the communities then will have a sales director and or a resident care coordinator. So the community has their resources that focus on certain aspects of life in that community. Then home care. We were the embedded home care. We had an office on location because we had quite a number of clients on service. And then we teamed up with an aging life care professional. People refer to them as geriatric care managers. But they can be a coach, they can help them with other resources, and basically help that individual live the highest quality of life they can. Senior Move Manager. It is a profession, it is a certification. And believe me, they're worth their weight in gold. Because when you're going from that big house to a itsy bitsy studio, there's a lot of big decisions you got to make, and rather emotional decisions. We even knew a person who was a counselor during the move process to keep the memories, lose the stuff, you know? And Senior Elder Advisor Replacement, we know wonderful, her name, Lisa Ogburn here in Raleigh. She actually blogged for WRL. We love her. She's an advisor. She does all the work in the community, understand each community, pluses and minuses. I actually hired her to help me get my mom in the right community. You know, I'm the son. I wanted to remain the son. And then counseling. We know counselors that they help the seniors get through this change in their life. It's a huge change. We built a flyer, and I will distribute the materials after this. Don't worry. The materials after, when you click on that link, you'll see the flyer we built, but I put in a fictitious, but the concept is there. I don't have the detailed guide the community did. That was we just helped them build it. I didn't, I usually a pack rat, but I didn't get it. So I don't have it, sorry. But it's a really great piece. It was really awesome. So what were the results? The community, and I think our home care had something to do with this. It wasn't just this program. Our agency had a positive effect on their client resident satisfaction, the fact that they had a go-to home care agency, the fact that they had other partners. It was a very appealing thing, people coming to the community. And you'll find that mileage varies in these communities, that some people are coming and they really don't need home care. Some communities, to get their census up, are taking people very borderline and need assistance. We call it assisted independence. And that's where home care really shines and comes in. But with this program, with our impact, their census went to 75%. The other cool thing from a home care perspective is we got more leads. And sometimes the sales team on the intake of a prospect would ask Gina to go out to their home and assess them, or our nurse. And then we started providing home care before they came to the community. And guess what? Sometimes they never came to the community. When they came to the community, they already knew us. Great. Mom's just gonna get the similar care in the IL now.
Yeah, we have our
Same
caregivers
group.
take them to the community activities, so they would start to feel at home. So they got to meet people and got to go to the activities. So our caregivers would do that with the clients.
How about that? You know, and there's other benefits, because even in our circle of support, the aging life care professional, senior move manager, they got in, you know, everybody. This is the beauty of partnership. Everybody won. Everybody. And when Gina and I, Micah, are out building our agency, that's what we were all about. We were always cognizant of win-win. How, you know, getting everybody involved. How do we help you? How do we help the family? And so on and so forth. And what the community enjoyed was the good guy image, the educator. That spreads. That word gets out. They got to decrease their pendencies. They didn't eliminate paid leads. I mean, you know, you got it. That's like all of us. all of you in home care may have some paid lead programs that you're doing. But this was a homegrown, really good feeling, and it built this whole support system for the community, both before they came and then after they came. So,
And it really secured our position. We were their go-to person, the go-to agency for everything, traditional care, the community care, because we were a true partner to them. And that was really key.
yeah, yeah. So just to net, you can see the profound effect it had. I think it was one of the most fun things because you enjoy and admire these other people, what they bring to the table, and get to work with them.
Mhm.
And you bond together for a common cause, and that's to help that senior. Help them whether or not they're coming. And Micah was our front end at Aware, and he would get kudos to us after he would talk to someone and actually refer them to somebody else. And they're like,
Yeah.
do you want any money? Micah's like, no, we're just trying to help you. We get more joy out of referring you to get help than we do ourselves. And it was just that good guy image spreads, it really, and we got referrals right back at us because then that person talks to another person that talks to another person. The next thing you know, we've got a referral. So yeah, it's short and sweet. That is the road to Golden Horizon. And
Don't you think it helped too that you were always talking to the executive director? What are the pain points? What do you need most? And he told us that many times the residents would come back from the hospital on a Friday night or on a Saturday, and their other home care agency was like, well, we'll come on Monday. Because we're in a state where you have to have a registered nurse. So before we started our partnership, we promised that if they called and one of their residents needed to come home,
Yeah.
we would send a nurse and we would have a care team. So we were always ready. We had a nurse on call, and I think that made us wildly successful. He's like, that you bringing our people home, and okay, we're going to partner with you. So finding
Yeah.
out what are the pain points in the community that the community is currently experiencing, solving that problem.
And don't stop there. You want to talk to the other partners too,
Right.
like home health. And we had a tight relationship with the home health companies we work with. And Beata was one of them. And they had people posted in all the ERs,
In the
right?
hospital.
The discharge planners, they knew what was going on and tracked, and they would tell us, okay, they're ready to release her. Are you ready to catch her?
Yeah.
And we coordinated things. So one of the things that, those that know us well, we have a wonderful technology we built to solve the problem of community-based home care that we used ourselves as an agency, and it's available at stores near you to do community care. Integrated with Access Care, WellSky can be used standalone. But what we love most is this, is our knowledge. And we have coaching and consulting that we're here for you because it's scary. And to get in, it's like, how do I get in? How do I present myself? What's my differentiator? It starts with you and your heart and your quality of care. Okay. But then what else is knowledge of being able to schedule care. And that's where our technology comes in. That's going to differentiate you from others that don't have a weapon. And then it's also, we're a true partner. We're in. We're in to help your community be one of the best. We are an asset. We'll help you. You can see in the intake the virtue of us being there, and we'll work with all the other teammates that are involved with that community. We'll do socials. We'll do meet and greets. We'll do programs like this. That's what gets you what we call embedded in that community. And it just goodness comes from it. And you'll get traditional cases as well, not just the short visit care that we have. So sorry, I got on my soapbox. We obviously like this a lot. So questions. Sorry about that. Got any questions for us? Stump the audience. Hit us with it. Derek, go for it, man.
Hey, Tim. Hey, great service offering. I think, I'm a fan. I'm about to jump on board here, but I have a couple of questions regarding this particular example that you're using today. Were you already a traditional care provider inside the roads to, what was it, Golden?
Golden Horizons? Yeah.
So you were providing traditional care there. So I would assume you had care minimums, hour minimums, those types of things traditionally before you rolled this program into this particular client. Is that accurate?
It's accurate.
Okay.
The business model changes slightly, Derek, as you know. Traditional care, we had 4-hour minimum, and when we left, we were almost getting to a 6-hour minimum. But in the community, it's a little bit different beast in terms of short visit home care. There is no minimum. In fact, you're doing 7, 15, and hopefully you've built up a base where you can justify a caregiver going there for a 6 to 2 p.m. shift. And as long as they're 50% occupied and you price it right, you're good. But we'd have intermixed. Yeah, in every community we were in, we had traditional and short visit together, every single one of them. And that's the beauty. And we tell people, like, you may be a little underwater on the short visit care, but because they're so appreciative of you doing that, they're going to give you all the traditional care. And so those of you who've got the business hat on, the ROI, you got to combine that to see if you're above water.
That's
And
exactly what I was
take
getting
that
at.
into account.
Yeah. Trying to understand where you started and then obviously where you ended versus leaving the traditional care all by itself and then now going straight to the community care. So that's a good thought. Thank you.
Hybrid.
Good to have that combo.
Absolutely. It's excellent. It's can bail you out, can justify, okay, I'm underwater on a couple of short visits here because the caregiver's got a little more downtime than I want, but I wouldn't have gotten this case if I wasn't here.
Absolutely.
Because you're the go-to. You become the go-to for that community. They will give everything to you first. That's what you get if you do this right. Thank you for that, Derek.
Any other?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm driving, so I don't have my camera on. This is Andrea with Grace Care in Evansville, Indiana.
No, hi. That's a long time.
Hey.
Yeah, it's been a long
Yeah.
time.
I've talked with you guys a couple of times, and I
Yeah.
so appreciate the wealth of knowledge and experience that you both have in this industry. I really have
Oh, thank you.
relied on and utilized your consulting in the past. And I have a question about one of the things that you said, and I believe that eventually I'm going to be able to figure out how to get over my fear of not utilizing WellSky and jumping on board with what you have. But because I'm sort of, tech phobic already, and it took me a long time to learn that.
Yeah.
So learning something new, I know you can help me. But my question is, you mentioned that you have a nurse that meets, a client returning from a rehab or hospital. And as a personal services agency in the state of Indiana, we don't employ any medical professionals because it's a non-medical license. So I wasn't sure if that's different in the state that you're in, or if that's just a different business model, or how that works.
It's the state regulations because we are non-medical also. So, but even though we're non-medical, personal care services has to have an RN do the initial assessment, and then every 90 days has to update the care plan with the client. So yeah,
Okay.
it's a big expense in North Carolina.
Okay. Well, we
Good
have
question.
the same responsibility to be doing the assessments and then updating those quarterly, essentially, but it isn't required that be done by a nurse. My operations manager is a nurse, a licensed nurse, and that has come in handy, but I just didn't know, I guess that's just a different state thing. So thank you for the clarification.
Oh, it's great to hear your voice again.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. It
thank
is
you
good to hear
all
you.
so much. I will reach out soon after the webinar with new goals that I have this year that I may be able to incorporate Cinch. So looking forward to
Yeah.
adding new communities to my overall. I'm only in one right now, but the goal is to add at least a couple more in 2025. So I'll be in touch soon.
Great. Oh,
Great.
thanks, Andrea. Great to hear from you again. Ken.
Thanks, Tim. I had a question how you initially get into the communities. If you're contacting the executive director, if so, how, what your approach is, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a process, Ken. Gina's smiling because this was my passion. I'm kind of like Rambo, a nice version of Rambo, not. And I would go around I tracked every social they did. They used to have wine and cheese and they invite people in. It was so much fun. We had a Kisco property. I'd show up and actually Gina just helping out a neighbor of ours and he was there and he goes, "Where's Tim?"
Yeah.
Because every time I'd wave, just in case that home care agency falls, we're here for you, bud. And he's like, "Gotcha." And then also a personal meeting. I just kind of say, "Look, I know you have this agency," or maybe they don't. And I said, "I would just like to meet with you to get to know your community because we're an agency, home care, and we frequently help our seniors find communities too. Because there comes a point it's problematic and a community makes sense." That happened to us so they're like, "Oh, Ken's approaching me as a possible lead source," and it's just, I would say, "Look, we would like to get to know you. We're an asset in the community for home care. I know you have choices, but there may be a time that your current partner may start to falter. So I just want you to be aware of what we do." And I'd meet with them. It can take years.
Or it can drop out of a tree and go, "Here, I've got this community. I'm kicking out this agency. Are you ready?" So,
And we got it because we proactively met and just vet, Ken, and they knew about us. And literally the agency that was there crashed and burned, did a Baltimore Colts, got out of town, moved into Annapolis, called us in a panic 2 days and Mike was smiling, 2 days before Thanksgiving, said, "I've got 30 clients I'd like to give to you in my community. I want to introduce you at lunchtime." Gina and I are like, "What?"
game on.
So that's why the Boy Scout Be Prepared. We have a consulting, and Derek is nodding his head. We be prepared. You may not have that business, but be prepared and how to present yourself, the right things to say, get ready because when the flag goes down, if you're not ready, you lose, you miss. All right. So it's a process, Ken, and we could talk. I even wrote a script as part of our tools up in our marketing, in terms of, but it's kind of a good guy, non-pressure, and then you also work the crowd. You find out who's the home health on site, buddy up to then, can you get me an audience? And in fact, that's how we got in front of that community. It was a Medicis. And then she did an intro and then they took a meeting with me. So thank you for that question. Good question, Ken.
Thank you, Tim.
We've reached 12:31. What a wonderful turnout.
Thank
We
you
love
all.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got any suggestions for other topics, but all the recordings, guys, over the last 2 years are up on our website. We've got some good stuff. I will email all of you the link to the recording, and you'll get access to the program, the flyer we did. And any questions, those of us that know us well, just hit us with it because we love to help you guys. We know what it's like, and whatever we can do to help you, we're here for you. So thank you for spending a half an hour with us. It was really fun.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Go forward and help
you.
people.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.